Greetings, Mech Warriors! My name is TTB, and this is German Mechgineering. And today, boys and girls, we are playing the Trench Bucket, the Trebuchet 7M. Now, we had a Trebuchet not too far ago with UAC 20 and medium lasers, but today, guys, we are going to take this thing and use it to its utmost capacity. 6 little friends that will always find you, no matter where you go. ×3, plus attack, laser, and the insanity of this particular model that gives you 20% missile cooldown and 20% less missile heat. Let's jump right into the build. The basis for this build is going to be an XL300 engine. We've got a Beagle active probe in the CT. We've got 3 Streak SRM6 launchers. We've got 4 jump jets and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tons of Streak SRM ammo. In order to fit all of that, we have to use endosteel, light ferrofibrous, and we have to lower the armor on the head quite a lot to actually down to 1, and the right arm down to 18. Now this thing will do an alpha strike damage of 36, and it will almost go 100 kph, and it has a jump distance of 42, which is quite enough for anything that you might want to do. If you want to, there are a few ways you can tweak this. You can remove 1 jump jet, add a little bit extra armor to the head and the right arm, or if you're too concerned about security, go ahead, change the XL300 engine into a light engine 250, but be aware you are going to lose 18 kph top speed, and at a 50-ton mech, that is quite a significant change. So I wouldn't recommend it, guys. Get used to running XL engines, get comfortable running XL engines, and just make sure you don't fuck up, because if you fuck up on an XL engine, you are dead. With the skill tree, I am proposing these weapons, by the way. 305 meters range on those streaks. Really, really nice. And the cooldown, guys, the cooldown, 2.75 seconds. 2.75 seconds. And the heat generation is also down by almost 1. So this is really, really, really nice. Here is the skill tree I will be using, or the skill tree I'm recommending. As you can see, it's a little bit weird, but let me talk you through it. We're taking High Explosive 1 and 2, we're taking Missile Rack 2, we're taking Missile Rack 1, and we take as many of the range nodes as we possibly can. We can actually go ahead, remove that Missile Spread node here because it's not needed, it's not working with streaks, and change this for another range node over here, adding a little bit more range on top of everything we have as well. And that is actually a beautiful, beautiful skill tree. I really liked it. You could even remove 1 heat gen node here and add another node of range, just completing the whole trinity of getting more range. We've got more range on the left side, more range in the center, and more range on the right side. The holy trinity of range. And if we look at the skills, the skill tree in action here on those Streak SRMs, now we have 270 meters max range basis, plus 40, so we are at 310 max range, which is quite significant for those streaks. I mean, 40 meters less or more, that's huge. It doesn't sound like it, but it is actually very, very huge. Okay, then we go into the survival tree. In the survival tree, we take the left side of the survival tree, and that means we take all the armor nodes on the left-hand side, as well as 1 more point in skeletal density to get to those 91 points that we are always craving to have. In the operations tree, I chose to go down fairly far into the middle, so we take the 2 Kura nodes down here, and we take 3 points of heat containment, plus the 2 over to the side, so 5 points in total. Then we jump into sensors. We take the full sensors tree for radar deprivation as well as seismic sensor. Radar derps so you don't get learned to death and people lose their locks pretty quickly. It also helps you stay off the radar, so to speak. And seismic sensor, really, really nice. Without 200 meters range on that thing, we can do some good stuff here with knowing where the enemy is at, and that means we can shoot them. And then last but not least, we can lie in wait to shoot them later, that's what I mean. And then last but not least, in the auxiliary tree, we take double cool shot with cool shot cooldown, and I chose to go double arty strike, but you can also argue to go for an arty strike in the UAV. I'll leave it up to you, that is your choice. Okay, let's take this little mean machine into a dropship and see how it will perform, but I can tell you guys one thing. The trench bucket always performs. I'll see you there. Here we are on our first map. It is going to be Domination on the Grim Plexus, and I am, of course, as always, on the right-hand Gulf 7 side, trying to see where the enemy scouts are going, trying to see where the enemy team is moving. It looks like they are concentrating on the Fox 8 area. I'm trying to get a lock on this guy here, this Akishida, but he is about 400 meters out, so we have no chance right now, guys, to actually reach him. So it is time for us to just stand around, bide our time, and drop artillery strikes onto the enemy and hopefully do some damage to them that way. But I also need to take care of the radar right now, because I see that my teammate is pushing in towards the left-hand side, and that means I have to go in now and try to do some damage. Unfortunately, I can't put down my artillery strike right now, but what I can do is chase in after the enemy Sun Spider and start doing some good damage to him. And as you can see, we have very good, a very good amount of time in between those shots. We can put them down the range very rapidly as soon as we can get a target right here with the Atlas, for example. One shot in and second shot in, and we're back in cover. Beautiful. Now we go back to the next target, maybe go to the Sun Spider, maybe go to the Atlas. I just need to find a target that is in range. This guy is a little bit too far away. Sun Spider, both side torsos open. If I can get another jump in with full jump capabilities, we should be able to help take him down. Nope, never mind, teammate was faster. Okay, you get this kill, sir, but I will get others. Let's go in onto the Atlas again. Let's go into brawling distance with the Atlas, jump around in front of him a little bit, try and twist and turn and do some more damage. And as you can see, you can get out those SRM6 salvos fairly quickly. The Atlas is already dead. It's just leaning against this tower here, just taking a break. Oh, look at that, there's an Akishida. This is a perfect target for us because we don't have to aim our stuff, we just kill the enemy. Beautiful. Taking down the cheetah. Now we go onto the enemy Corsair broadside here. Now take out his side torso and then keep the fire going. I want to go somewhere else, but unfortunately I'm getting blocked by my teammate here. There's an enemy dire with ultraviolet showing his face, and we can go ahead and start doing some more damage to him. He was actually on the Gulf 8 and Fox 8 or Fox 9 mountainside, but he moved over to this area where he was not very useful with his insane long-range build. You shouldn't do that, guys. Okay. Well, that's Alarm Bloodasp. He has no chance at this range, of course, and I'm gonna go ahead assist my teammate over there in Echo 6 to go onto the enemy archer, and then my plan is to turn around and assist our teammates in the middle to mop up the remainder of the enemy. And if I can get around this little boulder here, there we go. Now I should be able to start raining down some hell onto the enemy archer, and he should be falling here any second now. We are mediums and LRM5s. Guys, don't run LRM5s. It is 100% pointless and weak. It's a waste of space and talent. Okay, well, looks like the enemy are all dead now. That means we can go ahead and have a look at the scoreboard. 12 kills to 3, the final score. Let's see how we did in this rather quick match. Drumroll, please. 3 killing blows, 5 assists, 2 solo kills, 4 kill most damage dealt, 885 damage done, and 5 components taken out. A 50-ton powerhouse, ladies and gentlemen. A really good mech that is a lot of fun to play. Just make sure you're not the only guy engaging, because if you're not the only guy engaging, people will tend to either ignore you or they will switch targets as soon as you are not available to be shot anymore. So have a few friends with you is what I'm saying, guys. If you enjoy this content, go ahead, check out my Patreon page, become an active member of Team TTB. Well, the scenery has changed now. We are now in the frozen wastelands of Frozen City, and I found some friends. Oh, and they found me. Okay, that is painful. Ouchie, ouchie. Okay. This is how fast you can lose 12% of your mech, by the way. That was painful, and I'm going to do a smart thing here. Normally I would basically stand around the building and wait, but the smart thing here, especially with the speed that we have, is to head back here for a second and wait for my teammates to join in. And once they do that, I will join into the fray as well. Right now I'm just dropping an artillery strike onto that enemy champion. Let's see, hopefully we can get it down range. Oh, there's some red smoke on us as well. And that's a Fafnir, and I like Fafnirs because they're big, juicy targets, and he's even got ECM, so he's going to shield me with his ECM, and he's going to keep the enemy off me by just being a big, meaty, and juicy target for the enemy to shoot. So Fafnir is a good mech to follow, but notice how much space I'm giving this Fafnir, yeah? I'm not standing in his ass, which is a stupid noob move to do, guys. I am trying to give him as much space as possible so that he has room to maneuver and I have room to maneuver. That is very important. If he sees something like a big firing line, he needs to be able to step backwards, not step backwards and find me in his rectum. That is not going to be healthy for him in so many ways. So Let's go ahead, help our teammates take down the enemy Banshee. That Banshee falls onto its nose. It fell a little bit flat. That's alright. Let's go and join in onto the enemy champion here. Take him down, side torso explosion. Interesting. The team is a little bit skittish pushing forward here. We could have been going in a lot earlier and a lot harder, but it is it's bug games, so you get what you expect here. We just have to make sure that we are not the only guy engaging. We have to stay with our teammates, and everything should be hunky-dory. As evidenced right now, like, look at this. I've got a teammate here with me. It's a heavy mech, and I'm basically shielded against all the enemy targets. Yeah. Everything is going onto the Warhammer. Even that Mauler right here, he doesn't care about me, he just cares about the Warhammer. He doesn't even care about the Fafnir in his back that's murdering him, but that's alright by me. We'll just help our teammates take this guy down, and now the smart thing would be to push directly into Echo 7, but since my teammates choose to go potato, I have to join in here, and I can't go as aggressive into the middle as I want to. But what I can do is shoot at this Raven and make his day a little bit more miserable. Beautiful kill onto the enemy Raven by my teammate, and 9 kills over 2. So things are looking good so far. Let's go ahead and find a new victim and show them the force of Shriek SRMs. Enemy Timberwolf, Lernbolt, and small lasers and UAC 5. This thing is all over the place, and all over the place it shall be. Let's join in with our teammates, go straight for CT, and well, I claim to go for CT, but literally my missiles are going for all potential targets here. It doesn't matter. Switch targets here onto the enemy. There's a Jäger mech, and maybe kill him with the side torso. Yeah, beautiful. And now we've got enemy assassin who's running away from me, giving me his back side torso, and we take that one away as well. Double XL kill in the end. GG, well played. 12 kills over 2, the final score. I like this build. 3 killing blows, 7 assists, 1 kill, most damage dealt, 723 damage done, 8 components taken off the field. Once again, top damage in the match. A trench bucket. Try it out. It's great.